Hi, everybody. I'm Sophie from Maison Jupiter and from Beyond Mystic, and welcome to Beyond the Stars. This week it's going to be Marilyn Manson. This is a hot topic. I know it has been for quite a while now. I was not aware of what was going on in that case. I read nothing before I prepared for this case, before I prepared for this video. So this is something that I didn't research a lot, and now I have all the tea. I have all the information about this. And I'm so excited to be able to look at the card. I didn't do the card yet. I will be really interested in looking at what the cards bring us as information in this case. If you don't know the case so far, don't worry, I'm going to explain it all. And of course, I will have to watch my language because it's YouTube. But if you don't know what I'm talking about for the accusation and the words that I cannot use, just go on internet and you're going to find everything really easily. Before we start, if you want to book with me a private reading, you can book at maisonjupiter.com and you can use the coupon code for 10% off of your next reading. It's Beyond Mystic in one word. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to Beyond Mystic through YouTube channel. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful information and also the amazing content that we are creating for you guys on that channel. Thank you so much for being part of it. Okay, let's grab your popcorn and we're going to start. So Marilyn Manson. This is not obviously his real name. His real name is Brian Hugh Warner. He chose Marilyn Manson, if you didn't know, because of Marilyn Monroe and also Charles Manson. And during the research, that's pretty much the information that I was getting also, is that many people in the case give him a lot of good attention and a sweet side, just like Marilyn Monroe, and a lot gave him a lot of just a bad image overall about him, psychopath, narcissist. So we're looking at Charles Manson. So interesting that his stage name is what is being now mirrored back to him in this case. This is really interesting. So he was born on January 5th, 1969, and he is a known singer, songwriter, actor, painter, and writer. He was married to Dita Von Teese to 2005 and 2007, and now he's married to Lindsay. I don't know how you pronounce that name, but Usich. I hope that's right, but I don't think that's right. He has been married since 2020 with her, and I don't hear anything about this marriage, so I'm guessing it's going well. If you know Marilyn Manson, his image, he is known for being a controversial figure of heavy metal. I didn't know I was considered as heavy metal, but that's what it says. And his lyrics has been criticized by American politicians and were examined during congressional hearings. I didn't know about any of this before I was researching it. Also, his art and his music and his lyrics has been accused of inspiring several murders and school shooting. So this is the last time I will say those words here. And also, it has been named in murder trial, not as the person who did that, but as the person who inspired through art. So his painting has been evidence for trials, and his music too. This is pretty tough image. So that's where we start. When he was a kid, he went to Catholic church. We don't have a lot of history about where he grew up. We know the city, but I mean, we don't have a lot of history about his childhood and early life, just because he wrote a biography really early on, and that turned out to be just a bunch of false information, just because he wanted to have a bigger he wanted to be more controversial, so he made claims in that book that are not real, just to shock people and just to have a lot of interest towards him. So we don't know a lot of what is really happening in his childhood. A lot of people are saying, though, that even though the book is really not real, and lots of things has been now said that it's really not real, we do have information that he was bullied a lot. So that's pretty much the only thing, but he is pretty artistic. He is marginal. So that makes a lot of sense. That's not where I'm going to spend the focus of this. So before we go in more of the claims and more about the topic of today, let's pull cards just to see his main energy. I want to ask this, and I want to see also in this, is there anything in his energy field, blockages, karmic, anything that is maybe entities? Why? Because when you spend time, even if it's just an image, when you spend time having that kind of image and surrounding and singing those songs, you stay in a pretty low vibration. So I just want to see what is there in his energy field. So we have one card that is reverse. Everything is reverse. I'm going to take that upright. It's the Eight of Swords. Whoops. Oh, much better. Okay. Eight of Swords. We have the Lover. And we have Ace of Wands. I'm going to take one more card to clarify the Ace of Wands because that's pretty interesting. And it's the Emperor. And I'm going to take one more for Eight of Swords. 10 of Cups and the Tower that goes with it underneath the deck. Okay, good. So what we have as a personality, I hope you can see them right. So what we have as a personality inside also of his energy field, the main card is the card that was underneath the deck, is the Tower. So the Tower is, for me, it represents his tough life, a life that is there to shock people. It's funny because if you didn't do on the academy, there is a little course that is telling you your personality and your mission through the tarot cards. I remember Julie being the Tower, if I'm not mistaken, and the Tower is to shock with the truth. So it's not there to make compromise. It's not there to be to fit in society that much. It's to be authentic, even if you create shocks and even if you create people that don't like you. So this is a Tower, and we have in his energy Eight of Swords with the 10 of Cups. So what it means for me is that he has a blockage to being happy. He has a blockage because from a young age, we have limiting belief about being happy. And this is really low vibration, unfortunately. So if I split the deck, we have the Fool. So in his personality, in his mind, in his soul level, what we have is somebody that is unable to really reach happiness because this is a new mission that he is working on. Okay, if we return to the cards, we have the Lover. The Lover represents his name, Marilyn Manson. So there was always this kind of fascination for the dark and also this fascination for vulnerability and also being feminine and also being masculine. So we do have something there that is really interesting because we can see that in his energy field that goes with King of Cups. I think he always considers himself, and that's really interesting because the next card you're going to see, consider himself more of in between, more in between of masculinity and femininity, mainly because of the fact that he's artistic. We have King of Cups. I think he's there to really master his emotional side. And the last card is Ace of Wands and the Emperor. I'm not getting entities or, well, they had a lot to say, so maybe there was other stuff that it needed to say first, but let's check one more card. Is there entity in his energy field? No, it says no. Okay, really surprised. Really surprised about that. So it could be that there is so much entity that my cards are not actually saying the right things, but from the cards what I have is that it doesn't have entities attached to his soul right now. But what we have here is Ace of Wands and the Emperor. We do have this very masculine side. So I want to go quickly to his natal chart with this because it's really strange what we have in his energy field. A man that considers himself more on the middle between femininity and masculinity, and then really masculine and anger energy. I want to see what is there. So I will do it quickly. I'm not as good as Meg. I'm not an astrologer yet. But when I look to his North Node is a horseshoe you see on the top right of the chart. It's underneath the red sign of Aries. So his North Node, his mission is in Aries in the 8th house. So when we have that, that explains the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. Why? Because his mission is in life could be about shocking. It could be about bringing new stuff that are it's very taboo, 8th house of Scorpio, and to be the first, the pioneer in this. And more than this is past life, where he comes from as a soul. Because his North Node is in Aries, it means that his South Node is in it is in Libra, meaning that in the past he sacrificed too much for others in relationships or in partnership. He sacrificed too much, and now he has to learn how to be alone in those things. Very, very interesting. I'm kind of surprised at the cards, so I thought it would be darker. Okay, so let's continue with this. The main claims are made by Yvonne Rachel Wood. So she's an actress, and she made claims about Marilyn Manson. They were together for 4.5 years, and she made claim, this is where I need to watch my words. So she accused him of air, the letter air, that kind of word, sexual ADV. All of this can be found on the internet if you don't know what I'm talking about. So she made claims at first without naming him, and then naming him publicly. So apparently they met in a party in 2006. He wanted her to work on a movie that he was working on at the moment about Alice in Wonderland. But in a professional meeting, he kissed her. She was 18 at the time. He was 37. And they were both in a relationship. He was still with the Tavantes, married, and she was in a relationship with the actor Jamie Bell. She says that in the beginning, it was love bombing her, giving her all kinds of good words like soulmates, you're my muse, I need you. He said, I love you, it's forever, all of those things that are classic from love bombing. And then he started to isolate her and also remove her from family and friends, alienation against everybody that was around her. And she said that he also had many months of friendship before he kissed her, of gathering information on her insecurities and everything. So he was really efficient when it came to treating her badly, let's say. So her accusation talks about sleep deprivation, being kept in a closed room, basically torture in many, many ways. There was a lot of stuff that we don't need to get into, but the claims are pretty dark, pretty dark. I will say one thing. If you believe anything that dark cult are doing, just do the list of dark cult, and she says that she has suffered from them all. So she didn't have a good experience at all. During the video Heart-Shaped Glasses, this is a music video that Marilyn Manson did with her, and she was 19, and she claimed that they did everything that was not supposed to be done on the set, including having sex. And that was not scripted. She didn't give her approval. She was 19, so that's not the legal age in the US. Here in Quebec, it's 18. That's why I'm precising that. And also that she had drank, so she was not able to give consent, but she didn't give consent at all. That's what she says. And that's where it starts, because when she accused him, there was a problem with the status of limitation, with the time frame. So she turns towards changing the law, and she created a documentary on HBO about this, trying to change the status of limitation. I think it was 1 to 3 years. She succeeded at changing it. I think now it's 3 to 5 years. So for people that wants to file charges, they will have more time to recuperate, and also being conscious of what was happening to them and gathering the strength to do it. So this is what she have done. Now I think we have 15 women stepping forwards in this case in total and accusing him of doing the same thing. So we have a big thing happening. Before I move to the other direction, let's see, is this situation with even Rachel Wood and Marilyn Manson karmic? Okay, we have the Hermit. Karmic would be the Justice, mainly. Justice card. I don't think it's karmic. I don't think it's karmic at all. I'm looking underneath the deck. Underneath the deck, we have Temperance, Nine of Swords, and the Death card. The Death card can indicate past lives, but I don't think it's karmic, so I will explain. Karmic for me means that you have a debt that needs to be repaid in this life because of something that you have done in the past. As you can see on the screen, we have the Hermit, King of Coins, King of Money. It's about money. And 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles can mean a long time or a lot of money. So it means with those cards that something could have been happening in the past, but we're not repaying a debt. We are in the same, doing the same thing over and over again. So we're accumulating more karma with this, but not repaying it, if it makes sense. So it's karmic in a sense, but it's not karmic in a sense classical sense, where we're repaying a debt. Interesting. Okay. So let's go now with the information that a lot of people are now claiming about those things. So what we know about this case now is that one of the women that claimed that Marilyn Manson did something to her was his ex-assistant. And she had apparently stole his car, went to a joyride, and then wrecked the car. And he took her back after firing her. So he fired her twice. And now she's claiming some things. Also, what we know is that another woman very recently, another woman just said, I don't want to be in this anymore. And she went to the opposite counsel, so the lawyer of Marilyn Manson. And she said, I don't want to be part of it, so I'm going to do official letter, saying that I will not sue him anymore. And she claimed that everything that she has said in the past had been wrong and false. Why? Because she said that she has been coerced by Rachel. Why do I say Rachel? Even Rachel Wood. So apparently, even Rachel Wood would have contacted many people that were around Manson, saying, I do have a letter from the FBI saying he's under investigation. Please help us with your experience, and also help others that would be affected by him in the future. Unfortunately, the letter from the FBI has turned out to be a false. That was done by even Rachel Wood. Yeah, I said it right. And her friend in this. So this is very interesting that she had made a false FBI letter to try to bring more women on board with her. I would like to see her motive in this. I would like to see her motive. Why? Because I'm wondering, is there something bigger going on that we don't know about him? Is there something that Hollywood wants him out? I don't know. So let's see. It's a small deck, so we'll hope it will be okay on the screen. I want to check what is her motivation in this. Okay, we have one that is reversed. It's Four of Wands. Page of Wands. And the Nine of Pentacles. Her motivation in this. This one is interesting. I'm just going to see if we have Hollywood involved in this. Yeah. Yeah, we have Hollywood involved in this. Yeah, absolutely we have. Okay, so speculation, of course, but from the card, what we have is that she has been receiving more money, and it could be just promise of contracts, promise of money for helping on this case, helping to bring it off. Also, what we have here is a problem with mental health. So she is not currently stable. I'm sorry to say that. And we do have here the Nine of Pentacles. Why? It's because the Nine of Pentacles is being abundant on your own. She just separated, I don't know how many months or years, but she separated recently, and she needs to be abundant with a promise from Hollywood to bring money in contract to her. This is our motivation. Nowhere here we have the card of the Justice, bring justice back. Nowhere here we have stuff that makes sense for this case. The Queen of Pentacles in this is the mother with the child. We're going to talk about this in a minute because she is a mother and the child is now involved with Marilyn Manson case. So we're going to talk about it in a minute. Okay, so what we have in this case now is that people are getting out of the case. Manson is not doing a lot of comment on this. What you have to know is that we have Evan Rachel Wood and a lot of people that he dated or seen shortly. But what about the women that he has been a long time with? We have to talk. So we have Dita Von Teese. He was married to her, and he was married to her when he started to be with Evan Rachel Wood. So this is Dita Von Teese on the screen, beautiful dress. And she said that her experience with him was very different, that she didn't have anything to say at the moment, but to listen to the one that had something to say. So she didn't want to be harassed about this. That's not her experience, and that was it for her. And the other one that we have to talk about is Rose McGowan. She is an actress, but she is not just an actress. She is a feminist activist, and she took down Harvey Weinstein. So she's not afraid to talk. She's really not afraid to talk about powerful men abusing of others. That's not a problem for her. She wrote a book earlier about her life, and she talked about her relationship with Marilyn Manson. What did she have to say about this? She said that he was sweet, romantic, and very vanilla, surprisingly vanilla. So this is what she had to say at the moment. So in the beginning, she showed support publicly to those women who were accusing him, saying, we have to see every case one by one. It's not because nothing happened to me that it means that nothing happened to others. But she removed that support recently. Why? Because she said that she has been harassed and bullied by Evan Rachel Wood teams. So she said, I'm removing my support to them because it's enough. I don't support this anymore. That says a lot. Now, what we have to know related to her child is that Rachel, I will say Rachel at that point because fighting against my brain doesn't work. Rachel has a son with the actor Jamie Bell. And recently in court, the baby father, Jamie Bell, said that her claim towards Marilyn Manson or defying, what was the exact word? I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's pretty telling. It says define credibility and something is fishy. Basically, he doesn't believe her at all. Why they talk about Marilyn Manson in a case about their custody? It's because she went absolutely paranoid because of, on the case of Marilyn Manson, she moved to Tennessee with the son, and she basically, according to the father, not to me, kidnapped the son and refused to give the son back to the father because of safety issue. The father is saying that he doesn't believe any of this, and now she lost total custody of the son. She can see him once a month, and that's it. So she, instead of having that blow to her personality and her character, she made an article recently in Blast saying, I gave up my custody of my son for his safety. But that doesn't make sense either, because returning the son to his father makes the son being in the same city as Marilyn Manson, and that's not wise according to what she had to say. So that's basically what I had for you guys. But let's see one more thing. Is he guilty? And before I do that, let me talk to you about this amazing sale that we have. It's the annual sale. It's 50% off. This is not going to happen a lot. It's 50% off on every course on the Academy. It's until December 22nd, midnight. The promo code is holiday 50. So if you have a still gift to make and you're not sure what to give, this is an amazing gift, even for yourself. Feng Shui, yeah, like we see on the screen, Feng Shui, my past life course, if you want to learn about past life and karma, of course, and many, many others. So this is something that I invite you to go see. And there's also another sale. We're giving you plenty of stuff for Christmas. It's 15% off on everything on Ascension Argonite website. It's valid until December 16 and it's holiday 23. So go back to the video if you're not sure about the coupon code and the dates. You're going to have all the information. And yeah, this is amazing pyramid, guys. I love them. I have plenty in my home. I use them for Feng Shui, and I'm really a big fan. Amazing work, Carla. Okay, let's see. Is he guilty? And after that, I'm going to tell you about a similar case. Do you see where I'm going with this? Is he guilty? Let's switch deck. Okay. Is he guilty of whatever, all the accusation? Is there something true in this? High Priestess. Oops. Knight of Swords. The Sun. Okay. Oops. It looks good on my desk, not on the screen. Okay, let's say it's good. It says that there is a lot more that is going to come to the surface. Things were twist and turn, Knight of Swords. Things were twist and turn to appear this way. So I think it's coming from stuff that has a little bit of truth and then was turned and twist to appear in a really bad way. A lot is going to be talked about really soon, in the next few months to a year, not later than a year. And we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is that we have blackmail on him also. Let's see. Yeah, the Chariot. So there's a lot of blackmail on him to force him to not go to court to settle. This is interesting. What kind of blackmail can we see? Agreement. Confidence that were made in the relationship are going to be used as blackmail if they're not already. Okay, I don't see a big yes. I don't have my Ace of Swords. I don't have bad cards of anger. I don't have the Devil. I don't have anything. No, we don't have this. We have someone that is really sad and stressed about it all. I think it's pretty normal reaction. Okay, so that's my take on it. And of course, we don't have to go far in time in old Hollywood to find a very similar case. Can you think of one really recently that had something very similar? Yeah, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson have been good friends for a very, very long time. So that was one thing that before I started to do my research, when I knew that I was going to do Marilyn Manson in one show, that was something that didn't make sense for me, is why would Johnny Depp be friends for such a long time with somebody that embodied what basically he suffers from his relationships? That doesn't make sense. I know you're searching for patterns, but if you choose your friends and you see that your friend is doing that to other women or other people in general, you don't have to stay friends with them. So that didn't make sense for me at all. I won't talk about Johnny Depp's case just because it's everybody is sick to hear about this, but just to say in the beginning, Amber Heard accused him of lots of things, And when we had basically the transcript, not the transcript, that when we had the audio from conversation that they had together, people changed their mind and people saw the truth. Not saying that he is pure and that he didn't do anything bad, but not the monster he was described to be. And I think that when her name is Ashley Smith something, when this lady said, I'm not going to sue Marilyn Manson anymore, and she gave that letter, go read it if you didn't read it yet, and she basically said that this is what happened to me, that's why I made claims, I was pushed, and this is how it happened, and now I'm not going to do that anymore, nothing happened to me. This is possibly the same kind of moment of breakthrough in the case that we had with the audio tape from Johnny Depp's case. So very, very similar, and they're really good friends. So this is super weird that this happened. Now Johnny Depp has said that he's leaving Hollywood. Maybe Marilyn will do the same. My last thing I want to say on this is that this is just my personal opinion and not the cards. I think that her motivation was about to restart her career, and I think she wanted to have a lot of redeem views on how she is truly, because as she said it, heart-shaped glasses video killed her image of the perfect, let's say the normal nice little girl, and she wants that image back, and she wants to just be back in Hollywood. So I think that's why she made those claims. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have updates on the situation and what you have sensed through this video, because of course the energy is really, really intense in this topic. So let me know. I love you guys. And if you want to book with me, you can book at maisonjupiter.com. I will see you next week with another really good case. See you. Bye-bye.